Two red teamers did their job, and it turned into a 6-year problem for them. And now Dallas County is paying them $600,000. Why, you might ask? Because the sheriff, the attorneys, and others decided to play stupid games. I'm talking about the case of Justin and Gary, who were wrongfully jailed for doing something they had permission to do. These aren't random guys. These are experienced red teamers. This is the kind of work they've done for years. Now, full disclosure time, I know them personally. They are my friends. We used to work together. I was actually going to be involved in this case to testify as an expert witness before it settled. So I followed this one fairly closely. Here's the part most people don't understand. When they read a headline like, they got a $600,000 settlement, they think, okay, it worked out for them. No, it didn't, right? 6 years is a long ass time. That's 6 years of legal stress, uncertainty, explaining the situation over and over again. It's hanging over your career, your reputation, your family. Even if you know you're right, that doesn't make it light. And these are professionals. They weren't out freelancing chaos or urban exploring. They were doing the kind of work organizations say they want, real testing. And this is where it matters, because the issue isn't just what happened to Justin and Gary. That's important, but it's what happens after something like this. I've done covert entry countless times. I've built red teams. I've designed defensive solutions for buildings. I've worked with CISOs around the world. And I can tell you, people in this field pay attention to cases like this, even if it's quietly. Behind the scenes, people start asking different questions like, do I actually want to work with an organization like this? Do I trust how they handle things when something goes sideways? Do I want to put myself or my team in that position? Because in this line of work, we're operating, we're working closely to the edge, right? That's the job. We're simulating real world behavior in real environments. And in this case, something went wrong in how it was handled. Let me make this clear for any naysayers. They clearly had authority to test. That was established. And that is why they got paid out. It's part of the reason. But instead of the mishandling on the government side getting corrected quickly, it dragged out. That's the part I have an issue with. Not that there was confusion, but how long it took to resolve something that should have been cleared much earlier. And when that happens, it doesn't create outrage, it creates hesitation. I mean, there were even reports of the state making attempts to delete files to hide their involvement around this. That's just freaking nuts. So good testers aren't going to get scared off per se. They're just going to get a lot more selective. They're going to choose who they work with more closely. And personally, until there's real change in how things are handled in the state of Iowa, I'm not taking any work there for any level of government. That's just me managing my own risk. And honestly, if you're running a team, I think hard about the same thing for your people. You don't have to zoom out too far to see the second order effects of this. The people you want testing your systems, your buildings, are going to become harder to get and more expensive. And sure, someone will take the work, but it's probably going to be more controlled, more static, less real. And I'm going to be blunt, it's probably going to be pretty crap. And that's the problem, because attackers don't care about your scope, right? Like, that's out of scope, said no attacker ever, something I said in 2015. And that's out of scope is something only defenders say. Now, obviously, every engagement has boundaries. We need that. But the point is, if your testing gets too safe, you're really not going to find many issues. Justin and Gary are now with Kaiju Security, and I hope I said that right. I know the team over there. It's a solid group doing good work. They don't pay me to say that. That's just my honest opinion. And I'm glad they got a settlement. Honestly, I think they should have gotten a lot more, not just because I wanted to ride on their yachts, but they deserved it, right? But it doesn't rewind the clock on what happened, right? What matters now is what people take away from this. For organizations, companies, and especially governments, this is a reminder. If you want real testing, you have to create an environment where that can happen cleanly. And for people in this field, it's also a reminder to be sharp about where and how you operate. This isn't the end of red teaming, not even close, but it is one of those moments in the industry where everyone pays attention to and adjusts from it. In the end, I just want to quote the county attorney, Matt Schultz. I am putting the public on notice that in this situation arises again in the future, I will prosecute to the fullest extent of the law. Look, we get it. You're a dumbass, but thank you for removing all doubt. Statements like that don't make things safer. They make people less willing to help you find the problems. And that's the real risk. In Dallas County, this is just my opinion, but leadership like that does way more damage to your security posture than most vulnerabilities ever will. This is my second attempt at making this video. My first attempt went too far down the rabbit hole and a lot more spicy. So if you like this video, please share it with everyone that you know. Like and subscribe. And as always, keep learning, keep hacking, and stay safe.